So I bought the R5, and immediately I realized it's probably the best camera I've ever owned. It's mind-blowingly good. And yeah, I haven't looked back, but there has to be some really significant reason for me to make a jump of that significance. And right now I don't see anything that's justifies going from R5 to a Mark II.
Yeah. So that's the thing, everybody's throwing these, marketing slogans at you when you're watching YouTube, or you're reading stuff online, or you're reading blogs or whatever. It's difficult a lot of the time to dodge all of these attempts of, X, Y, and Z trying to sell you their gear all of the time. But when you're doing it as a job, where you're generating income in order to live rather than in order to reinvest it into your business constantly, then it does take a lot of sort of staying power to actually, to dodge all these attempts of like being sold gear all the time.
Yeah, it's very true. I saw a couple of photographers that were sponsored by Canon flew to Phoenix. I don't want to name names, but you'll know who they are. And they shot the new Canon R5 Mark II and the new R1. They shot, I think it was the women's championships, WNBA. I'm not sure what it was. Anyway, they shot a bunch of stuff. They made some videos talking about how great the cameras were, and we're very thankful that Canon flew them out. And then one of them on their channel made a follow-up video and said, hey, now that I've had a chance to sort of process all this stuff, this is a fantastic camera, but I'm not going to upgrade for the reasons that we've already discussed. And I thought it was interesting that he came back and was like, hey, if you're a photojournalist, if you're a sports shooter, if you're shooting 8K, RAW, that kind of stuff, this makes sense. But for wedding photographers, for, studio photographers, it just doesn't make sense for me. And I really respected him for coming back and being like, hey, let's sort of clarify what I was saying there.
Yeah, that's quite important attitude to have in order to actually remain genuine to your audience as well.
This right here,
George. Let me just switch that. There you go.
Yeah, so this is the channel. It's I'll pop myself in down here. Yeah, so this is the channel that's been around since 2006, I think. It has every single video that I made for the first 2 years of Adorama TV, all those digital photography 101 videos. All of them are still there. They're still fantastic. You should go back and watch all those videos because it still walks through the entire process. If you just watch those, you would come out of that having gone to a photography school. But I'll go back to this. So what I'm doing now is going back and doing exploring photography. So all the same stuff that I was doing on Adorama TV, I'm now doing on my old channel. And also I've got these live events that I'm producing. And so we just did one for Evoto. There's more coming out. And so the educational stuff that's on the channel, I'm creating content as much as I possibly can. I was trying to do 2 videos per week, and I was killing me because to film and edit and post and film and edit and post all by myself, that was a challenge in and of itself. But the costs of doing that is just insane. And so I am now in Colombia here, so I can create content at a much, much lower price. And so that makes it more affordable, so I can create. And the more I create, the more people that subscribe, the more people that view, the more watch hours, the more revenue. And then, it takes a few years for things to sort of balance out where you're actually breaking even. But there are some sponsors and some partners that I've had over time that are asking me to create content for them. So that's all coming. And then this place I'm right now is this little apartment that I have rented here, and it has a fiber connection. And so I plan to do live tutorials from here. And so most of them will be things like Lightroom and Photoshop, but we're also going to be looking at how to do things like environmental portraits, balancing a speed light with an ambient light. How do you shoot, which lens should I buy? All that kind of stuff. And so we're going to do that here. And also there's a studio down the road that I can rent, and we're going to be doing some stuff there. So hopefully a lot more live stuff is on the horizon. It really depends on how the next month or two goes. If we have a lot of involvement, if we have a lot of people that are engaged, and we see those watch hours go up where we're able to pay the expenses, then we'll just keep on going. And if it looks like there's a lot of people that are watching and we can't pay the expenses, well, we can't pay the expenses. And so that's just the economics of how that stuff goes.
So are you planning on staying in Colombia for a while, or are you
a little while
with yours?
Yeah. If you're a viewer of my channel, turn on the bell, super chat, super thanks, memberships are coming, all of that stuff. And it seems like guys like me and others on YouTube are just sort of gouging people, give me your money. It feels like that kind of thing. But most of us are just trying to pay the bills. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed that clip, then press here for the full episode in glorious Technicolor. Hey, and don't forget to subscribe.